Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. So, yeah, we got some real good mom vibes going on today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start of the week. And today I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about taking your life back and trying to get your time back so you can spend it with your kids and the things that you enjoy doing rather than being sucked into that 9 to 5 forever. So, kind of what I'm going to walk you through is how I decided to, first of all, step out on my own and do my own thing, and what I did to get there. So, like how I started my own business and the process I went through. So, pretty much, like you have to want it first. You have to have the want, because if you don't have the want and if you don't have the why, then you're not going to make it that far. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying that to be completely honest, because things are going to get a little hard at sometimes. But you have to understand, like a lot of times that hard is like right before your exploding point. So like if you just push through, it's going to be fantastic. So to when you're starting this and you're brainstorming, I want you to also highlight your why, and maybe write that somewhere where you look at every day so that you can remember it in those times that come up and you're like, oh no, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like this is really hard. This is not this is not my growing or my gaining period. This is kind of a period in a valley, and so it's definitely do that first before you even start thinking about like what type of side business you want to run, or business that you want to run. Like I jumped all in immediately. You don't have to do that. You can start with a side business, or like if you're like me and you were just done, you were burnt out, you're ready to go. Like either or, it's really, really important to have your why, and to have it in your mind constantly, because you need it. Like you need to remember what your goals are and why you're working so hard towards them. Or without that, it's really easy to give up. Like really, really easy to give up on just one bad day. Seriously, and then you're just like, oh well, that didn't work out. It's done. So find your why. Okay, so after you found your why and you've decided, like, I really want to do this, I need this, this is going to benefit my life, this is going to benefit my family's life, then you're going to sit down, and this is what I did. I made a list of all the things that I liked doing, things that I would enjoy doing daily. And then I went through those and I kind of organized them by which ones I was passionate about and then which ones I was least passionate about. And I went from there. Another big thing that I needed to look at was startup capital. This when I started my business, it was back when COVID happened, and so didn't really have a whole lot of startup capital because I had just been laid off. So like I needed like something $200 or less investment. So that's another thing to kind of narrow down your options. Look at the startup capital. Look at the need in your area. Look at is it profitable? Like is it something that you can flip pretty quickly, especially if you are just doing what I did and jumping all in. Yeah, once you've got that down, and then if you don't know, like if you start, it's kind of hard sometimes to just start with a pen and paper and just think of things. So try something new, maybe. Maybe if you're going in like not full-fledged like I did, but maybe you're kind of dabbling and you're kind of looking for that side business, not like a replacement of your full-time immediately, but just to kind of start out slow. Try something new. I highly encourage you. I mean, I know a lot of people look down on different types of businesses, but you don't know the information until you look it up yourself. And with that being said, also, if you have friends that are successful in those areas, I highly urge you to ask them. Don't Google stuff. And I say this like not to hide anything, but to with the understanding that there are competitors out there that place ads on Google, that post things on Google. Like there's so many things out there that are contradicting each other. I would ask someone that you trusted versus Googling it. And if you don't know anyone specifically that's in that industry that you're wanting to get into, if you don't know anyone that that does the things that you want to do, groups on Facebook are great. Like hop on there and join a group. Like let's just say you wanted to start in network marketing, get plugged into a group, and you don't have to like join and do all the things that they're doing, but just watch and listen. And as you do that, gain friends. Like make a post, introduce yourself, telling them like what you're thinking, what you're wanting to get into, telling them like you don't want their sales pitch, you just want information, and like if it is actually something that people are finding they can sustain a lifestyle with. So yeah, talk to people. If you don't know people, meet people. Like there's a huge world out there, and with social media we're connected to tons of people, just like you're connected to me right now. So with that being said, like once you've kind of narrowed it down, once you've done your research, then like I want to talk about change, because this is hard. You can do all those things, and it can be time to hit the go button. It's time to like make the decision, and you get scared because you start thinking, well, this is going to change, and this is going to change, and how am I going to do this? How am I going to do it? Stop. There has to be some sort of let go, or you're never going to take the step forward. And if you never take the step forward, you're always going to wonder what if. So this goes back to what I said in the beginning of this. Make sure your why is important enough. Go back when you're getting to that like, oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna do this kind of thing, like before you hit the go button, and tell yourself, like when you start to back off and like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, oh, so and so did this, and so is it. First of all, don't compare yourself to anybody else. You are not anyone else, and you will never be anyone else. And as soon as you figure that out, your business will blossom. But crap, I went on a rabbit trail right there, and I just completely forgot what I was talking about for a second. Okay, so anyways, when you're getting to the point of change, make sure your why is important enough that you can that you can kind of hold it to the candle and see if it's worth it. So, for an example, for me, it was time freedom, and it was time with my family. So when I went out and started doing this, and when I was about to hit the button and like get my LLC license and get the state certification and all that stuff, I was nervous. I was really nervous because it was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. So I stopped and I said, okay, how bad do I want that time freedom? How bad do I want time with my family? How bad do I want financial freedom? Then when I started thinking of it that way again, it was like, all right, let's do this. We're in. So embrace the change, you guys, and make sure that your why is able to push you through the change, because change is hard. Trying something new is hard, but in my experience, it can totally be worth it. 110%, it is so worth it. So I encourage you to embrace the change, and I encourage you to embrace the change with the mindset of your why. So with that being said, once you have done all that and you've executed it and you stick to it, I just want to encourage you to this. You need a system. And once again, this kind of goes back to your groups and your community that you've kind of built around starting your business. You've got to have a system. You've got to have a simple system, and it has to be, if you plan on hiring employees or growing your business through other people, it has to be duplicatable. Like it has to be a simple system. So something that you can do, like people love checklists. I love checklists. Like literally I have a checklist right here. So make it a checklist. Like seriously, write down the things like once you get going that you notice are like getting you further up to your goals, and prioritize them. And that's how you create your system. You say, hey, this worked, this worked, this worked. This did not work. This is not important. This goes on the back burner. But these 3 things are daily tasks. And then you kind of build that, and then you share that, and then you grow. and then they use your little structure and they tweak it to fit their own lifestyle, and then they grow, and it grows and it grows and it grows, and it's literally that simple. But you have to have the structure, and you have to stay consistent. You are not going, like, Rome was not built in a day. You are not going to have your time freedom, your financial freedom, you're not going to have that in a day. You're not going to have that in a week. Sometimes it may take months. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. The key is you have to stay consistent. And this is what will make or break you. So many people give up right when they're about to hit that breakthrough. So many people. And so I encourage you, stay consistent. Don't give up. Go back to your why. Remind yourself, this is what I wanted. This is how I get it. If your system's not working, then you need to go back to that point where you were reevaluating and you were changing things and you were crossing them off. You need to go back to that point and revamp and restart that system, once again, with the things you know that work, and then grow. Learn, ask questions. That community, once again, the groups that you got involved with, the friend that has done it in the past, connect with them. You are not alone. There are millions of people out there, and you probably are not starting a business that no one else has done. Sorry. So learn from people, and you will be surprised at the community out there that is willing to help you. So with that, I just kind of want to wrap this up. Today's not a super long video. I hope that I encouraged you, if you have been on the fence, to at least dive into and check something new out. And if you like this video, if you're watching on YouTube, I have a link that you can join my email list, and I also have links to my social media accounts so you can follow me there. If you're following me on Facebook, I don't have a link on there yet for my email. Well, I'll have one in my bio, but I'm going to, so just message me and I can throw you on my email link. What I'm doing with the emails is I'm sending out weekly tips and tricks on how to build a business, and how to sustain a business, and then also how to have a busy mom lifestyle on top of that. So dreams do come true. Goals are obtainable. You just have to want them bad enough. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week, and yeah, I'll be back soon.